Okay, here we are for Fury of the Wild. This is the Barbarian Destiny. This tree is, once you mouse over the first one, you can see it gives you hit points and melee power. What does that tell us right away? That this is a melee only tree, meaning that if you are a caster or ranged, you probably won't find much in here. You may find some bonuses for survivability or some other things, but it's a melee focused tree. It's also an expensive tree. You can see with 55 points, I had to leave a few abilities off. And I did, this one increases my saving throws and gives me more dodge. This one gives me more damage against enemies that are feared. This one gives me more trip DCs, and this one gives me more PRR. I felt like we could skip those because those would be nice, but I just don't have the points to get them. And we can check out some of these higher tier abilities here. So we're going to go and take a look at the Destiny. So we've got Adrenaline. Those of you who have played the old Destiny will know what Adrenaline is. Basically, in this tree, it is your epic strike. In the old tree, you used to have only so many of them, and they regenerate under certain circumstances. But this is your epic strike. Anything that you hit with melee takes 75% more damage and an increase in critical threat on every strike. So here is that. Fast and Furious, this is another melee strike. Here is your Mantle. So remember, we can only have one Mantle active at once. And this one grants us bonuses to hit helpless targets. And it also provides us with a heal. So we get a regenerate every 30 seconds that scales with our melee power. Or spell power, it looks like. So here's Primal Scream. Everybody who's played in the old system knows how useful Primal Scream is. This Great Leveler is a melee attack. And Unbridled Fury, this, I believe, is our epic moment, I believe. Yes, for 30 seconds. This is our epic moment. Unbridled Fury. We'll put that there. So we can see Primal Scream gives us bonuses. Not only does it do damage nearby, but it will give us a morale bonus to strength, dexterity, and constitution for 5 minutes. So I activate that. It goes on a 30-second cooldown, and you can see for 5 minutes. Now, because I have put points all up in this tree, this bonus is actually +4 to all my ability scores now. We are going to go into Giant Hold and try and see what some of this stuff does. Now, keep in mind, I am on a Sorcerer. However, I am in Eldritch Knight, so I do have some fighting ability. I am going to leave my Spell Sword strike off, though, because I want to just see what my damage is. Now, the weapon in my main hand is a Queen's Scepter, and I do have a Meteoric Star Ruby in it. So you can see when I hit things with it, it does some... it does pretty low damage, and that extra fire damage you're seeing on that troll, that comes from my level 30 feat that I selected, which is this Scion of the Plane of Fire, adds fire damage to every weapon strike. So we have to ignore that damage. And so what we are going to do is try this first Adrenaline strike and see what that hit him for. It looks like I did pretty good damage to him, although it's hard to read. I'll activate it. So I got you saw that was 1300. So I'll do that again. And let's see, Primal Scream did a little bit of damage to them. The daze that I'm doing to them is from my shields. That's guard breaking. So it looks like if you are on a melee and you're doing adrenaline, the cooldown is about 8 seconds. At every 8 seconds, you're able to do this super strike. And, you know, and it looks like it significantly increases the damage, because under normal circumstances, I'm hitting these things for between 90 and 200. And then I pop adrenaline, and I hit for significantly more. So that was my Unbridled Fury. And that's the epic moment. You can see it greatly increased my DPS. It allows me to have more dodge. Gives me a 1,000 unconsciousness range. So if you are on a melee, there's a lot of goodies in here. We are going to try out the Great Leveler, and see if that. Oh, it's a pretty good hit. Now that stun is from my shield. We'll also try out this ability here, this Fast and Furious. I believe it's a. Yeah, it's a charge. Although you have to be reasonably close to use it. So we'll use it on this guy. Yes, and keep in mind, I have no melee power, so if you are actually on a real melee with a lot of melee power and a good weapon, these abilities would be much more impressive. But I just wanted to give you a sense of what they are. They're all off cooldown reasonably quick. So, you know, here's my adrenaline. My Great Leveler. Makes a shockwave that blasts all enemies in a short line. So this one here, apparently, when I do that, it goes in a straight line out. So we'll have to see if I can find any enemies to do that. And then this Fast and Furious allows us to do a charge. Yes. So what I want to do is to get these two guys lined up and see if I can hit them. Yes. Yeah, I did. So the damage goes out like a cone. There's my Primal Scream. Adrenaline. So if I hit for 80, when I do adrenaline, it goes up to 600. That was my Great Leveler. That was my Fast and Furious. Here's another adrenaline. Would be much more impressive if I were on a barbarian or a paladin or a monk or some other melee. But you can see that this tree is obviously very good. 9% extra damage to helpless, and like I said, every 15 seconds I get a positive energy regen. It's not as quick as the Exalted Angel one, but it's there. So that's good. If you solo a lot and you want a melee tree that gives you built-in healing, damage reduction, damage to foes, and some good melee abilities, not to mention Primal Scream. I'll do it again. You can see that not only does that heal you, but it restores, and you can do that every 30 seconds. That's very cool. That's a good ability. Join us for more. I plan to do lore videos for each quest in DDO, as well as the raids. Plus, I will be releasing more Session 0 videos for DDO on topics such as player character races, the religions of Eberron, the Last War, and the Mournlands, the Dragon Marks, the Dragon Marked houses, and much, much more. Click the like button if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below. I like interacting with other players. My main tune in DDO is named Mary. I am on Sarlona. I also have a guild on the Hardcore League. My guild is Death Smile. Please say hi if you're on either of those servers. Subscribe to see more Adventure AI content about DDO, Dungeons & Dragons Online, and gaming in general. I also play Star Wars The Old Republic. You can join us at Adventure AI on Discord. Check us out on Twitch. Check us out on Twitter. You can go to our Patreon and become a patron of the channel, where you would get access to all of the scripts, the images, the music, the videos, as well as behind the scenes, and the ability to request topics for me to make future videos. Thanks very much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope your adventures go well.